Hey guys, it's Gus, and I get asked this question all the time. When I say all the time, I mean almost on a daily basis. What are the best weapon sets in the game? Well, I got an answer for you, and I'm going to give you the top four weapon sets you can get from an end game perspective. But these are great in early content like RTQs and RAQs and VOS and all the lower content. These are great in that content too. But at end game, this is what basically everybody's using. But so let me cover the top four. Coming in at number four, go to your stronghold and come here to the outfitter and go down to artifacts. And you're going to see your class's weapon sets in here. These are amazing weapons. If you don't have them, you might want to get them. The good thing about these is they're free. They don't cost you any AD. The downside is you need the currency. You need these things. Thanks to the dragonflight. So if you're not in an alliance that does dragonflights, you're gonna have a hard time getting these. If you're on PS4 and you're looking for an alliance that does dragonflights, we do them every single day at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we do them other times throughout the day as well. So these weapons are amazing. If you're using these, you can run all in-game content. They're great, and they're super in the early content, like I mentioned earlier, like the racks, the RTQs, the bosses, the reapers. These are great in those too. In unscaled content like the trials and Master Temple, the Spider, basically everybody's using these or other weapon sets that I'm going to discuss. Number three. Now, I probably shouldn't mention these because they're almost obsolete, but they are here to some extent. So if you go to equipment and look up either Titan Steel, you're going to see a bunch of weapons, and your class may or may not be here. Or you're going to look up Titan Steel, or you're going to look at shoot, I just forgot the name of it. It is Titan Steel, or let me inspect it. No, not Manticore. Bright Silver. That's right. It wasn't even in there. I just finally remembered. Or Bright Silver. And there might be a couple other as well. And there you go. And if you go to your professions, if you have the recipes unlocked, item professions, and you type in Bright Silver, you can get the Bright Silver longbow, the icon, the talisman, or the other one was Titan Steel. And I believe the other one is Manticore. And these are commonly referred to as MC2 weapons. The next one, number two on this list, is the second best weapon set in the game, are the MC3 weapons. And these have all sorts of weird names. Okay, I can't pronounce a single one of them. But if you look at your class and you go main hand or offhand and type in like I'm gonna do Ranger, we're gonna buy out, and you want to look at green because they usually come in green quality. You're gonna look at these, and you're gonna look up the mastered bronze. So mastered generally is the one that will pop up, and you can look at either mastered or mastered plus one. The plus ones give you a little bit more item level, which will give you that slight edge in in-game content, but they're really good. These are amazing. Number one are the Feywood weapon sets, and these are really good. The problem with these is they're super expensive, and I had this leveled on Ranger because whiskers are still very expensive, guys. For some classes, they're really cheap. There's, I think, paladins. They're really cheap, but for most classes, they're a fairly expensive set. So you don't need these for endgame. These are for the sweaty tryhards. The MC3 weapons are just fine. And generally the MC weapons are cheaper than the MC2 weapons. But the Dragonflight weapons, they're just fine. That little bit of item level you're not going to get probably won't make or break the dungeon. But if you notice the trend in here, they're all related to the Stronghold Unity bonus, which is you and nearby allies are granted 2% outgoing damage, healing, and incoming damage reduction. And the reason why that's so important for Endgame is that DPS, if they're spec for their max damage output, their defense and hit points, their defense and I'll give you mine as an example. If you notice, my defense is almost 40%. My awareness is 25%. We get hit hard, and when I say hard, we die basically every single hit. And you can avoid most of it, but in endgame, there's what's called unavoidable damage, and you're gonna get hit. And that 10% mitigation offsets you dying most of the time. So there you go. The top four weapon sets in the game at endgame. There you go. Stay classy, Neverwinter. See you soon.